Hi there, Parvathy. Great job writing these essays. Let's go right into your correction. Okay, it's history, whether we should learn our own or that of other nations. Let's see what you said. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether higher institutions should focus on the history of their own nations or history of other regions of the world. Some believe that a lot more emphasis should be given to the history of the world. Here you need contrast, yet personally, I strongly disagree. This essay will discuss both sides using the examples from the UK government and Oxford University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, fine. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that learning history of other countries would make one more knowledgeable and competent. The central reason behind this is twofold. You really should have a colon or a semicolon here. Firstly, when students are taught the history of other nations, here you just need a comma, they become aware of cross-culture, which provides insight into globalization, as this is where the world economy is heading. I don't really agree with these two words here, cross-culture and globalization. They become aware of other cultures, which helps lead us towards globalization. Okay, I think that's what you really mean. Secondly, it would allow them to become a better politician. Okay, it would better plural politicians. When one has an understanding of many constitutions, he or she can apply that knowledge, and comma here, avoiding the mistakes which were made by other countries. For example, recent empirical research by the UK government demonstrated that having vast knowledge without the of a particular country that they intend to have an economic and political tie to, you need a to here, puts them ahead of the game since they understand their culture. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that gaining an understanding of the history of other nations would bring positive implications. By the way, I think that this is a little too limited. You could probably say this for lots of different jobs. Like, for example, business people also need to know the rules and regulations of other countries. So don't limit it to just politicians. You could have really broadened it to other jobs as well. Okay. On the other hand, although there is a case for politicians and historians enriching society, the impact of knowing one's history or background cannot be overstated. This is largely because learning success and failures of the past. By learning success and failures of the past, we may be able to learn from mistakes and avoid them in the future. Lovely. For example, an extensive study by Oxford University showed that over 40% of people subconsciously apply this knowledge in their life. Interesting. Consistent with this line of thinking is that history allows one to become more patriotic, as they would learn how their forefathers brought justice and freedom to their nation. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that emphasizing on local history has a tremendous impact on the society. Okay, without the on. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that although the history of other countries provides an invaluable contribution to the students and the society, patriotism and understanding mistakes while learning from them has much greater benefit. It is predicted that local history will increasingly grow in importance. All right, lovely. I mean, there were a couple little word things that I had to correct, of course, but on the whole, it was a lovely essay. And now we have the chips. Let's see. The given bar chart highlights the data of the amount of income earned by chip manufacturers Intel and AMD in France for the year 2017. Overall, it can be seen that Intel generally has the highest sales, whereas AMD has the lowest income or none in certain months. Okay, now careful here because it is 2017, so make sure that it is past. Had the lowest income, okay, and had the highest sales. Looking at the detail. As regards to both of the companies, sales fluctuated dramatically from January to December. In February, AMD had not a sale, but sales of approximately $125,000, being the highest amount earned for the year. Let's see if you're accurate. February. Why did you pick out February? Okay, yeah, it was AMD's highest sales, so that's correct. Although I do think it's interesting you started there. The highest in the entire thing is Intel right here. So, I mean, just from a logical standpoint, I would have selected this rather than February. Okay, let's see what you said, though. In February, AMD had a sale of approximately $125,000, being the highest amount earned for the year. However, in June, the earnings were nil. In July, the income earned by AMD was three times more than what? Let's see, $110,000. Then Intel, okay. But in November, December, Intel's income was much higher. All right, you need to give me some detail about that. You haven't given me any Intel detail yet. All right, as for Intel, the earnings were more than double those of AMD for the month of March, standing at close to 100,000 in June, November, December. It earned about 130, 110, and 105,000 respectively. Its lowest earnings were in the months of April and June, approximately 60,000 in total. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you covered all the key points. I like that you mentioned that this was nil. I might have started the detailed paragraphs with Intel just because you did say in your overview that it was higher, and it does have the highest figure on the charts. I probably would have started there, but that's a personal choice, really. So this was well done. Both of your essays were really quite good, so I'm very pleased. Now you need to just correct your essays, add the errors to your error correction list, send them back with your new essays. So good luck with that. Keep on writing, and we'll be here waiting to see what you write next.